Bonsoir. Anna Kasparian and Candace's newest collaboration video on her channel titled Candace Owens X Anna Kasparian said that if you are in opposition to what the Israeli government and IDF are doing to the innocent Palestinians in Palestine, to the innocent Gazans in Gaza, if you are in opposition to the evil, the barbarity, the flagitiousness, the wickedness, the evil, the immorality, the turpitudinousness, the flagitiousness that is befalling the innocent Gazan people, the truly innocent Gazan people, then she loves you. This is what Anna Kasparian said. She loves you if you are in opposition to what is happening to the innocent children, the innocent women in Gaza, the innocent people, period, in Gaza, who are going through real oppression, real tyranny, real deprivation, dispossession, all of these things, starvation. If you are in opposition to this, she says she loves you. It does sound positive, but there is a problem. Candace Owens, one of the people in the bipartisan opposition against the Israeli government and Netanyahu and the IDF and the cucks in political power in America who place Israel above the U.S. Candace Owens has labeled Jewish commentators belly creatures. She has done this on her show, on her channel. That is crazy. Belly creatures is a crazy label. It is dehumanizing. She spilled dehumanizing language. She dehumanized Jewish people when she said belly creatures. She didn't distinguish. She didn't say certain people. She said belly creatures, bro. Belly creatures. That is all the way crazy, bro. All the way terrible, disgraceful, disgusting. Yo, this has to be checked. This is coming from a right-wing person, bro. She has to be checked for saying this BS. I disagree with certain Jewish people as far as this conflict, this Middle East conflict, the Gaza stuff, the Israel stuff, the Lebanon, the Iran stuff. I disagree with them. Certain Jewish people, they are puppets. Not all, but certain people. But what Candace said is evil. It is disgusting. Even though I think certain Jewish people are evil too, disgusting. Not all, but certain people of the Jewish community, I believe certain ones are evil and disgraceful, scummy, inhumane, mucky, cretinous, all of these things. Candace is also these things too. So, yeah, bro. There has to be, people have to be all the way real. People have to be all the way logical, all the way on point. I don't know if AK didn't hear Candace say this label, use this label on her show before. I really don't know. She most likely she wasn't aware of the use of the label belly creatures. I sincerely think Anna Kasparian has good intentions. I really disbelieve that she has bad intentions. I really disbelieve that she has bad intentions. I really do believe she is well intentioned. She means well. This is my candid opinion. I really think she means well. I really do think this. I really do think she does mean well. I really do believe the assertion that Anna does mean well is true. But you do have people who say you do have critics of hers who say that her wisdom is low in this particular situation. The radical lefties are included in this group of people in the critics category. The radical lefties, these radical lefties, these woke lefties, these super fragile lefties, these intolerant lefties, they are so angry with Anna Kasparian. They are so livid with her. They are so furious and enraged, fuming because of her appearance on Candace's show alone, bro. Alone, because of her appearance on her show alone. It is crazy. Yeah, they say she shouldn't be on Candace's show at all, bro. They say she shouldn't converse with Candace at all. She shouldn't talk to Candace. She shouldn't have conversations with Candace. They say she shouldn't have any conversation with Candace. They say they tried to preclude her. They tried to tyrannize Anna. They tried to tyrannize Anna and preclude her as if they are her slave, as if she's their slave. Anna is not these people's slave. Anna can appear on the shows she wishes to appear on. Anna can appear on these shows. Anna Kasparian can appear on these shows that she wishes to appear on, period. She can talk to the people she wishes to talk to, the people of the opposite political party. Yeah, she can talk to dissidents, to people with divergent political views. She can talk to the people she wishes to talk to. Who are these radical lefties to say who Anna can and can't talk to? They're bugging all the way. They're tripping all the way. This is nuts. This is insane all the way. They have to chill. They have to chill all the way. It is craziness, bro. Don't get it twisted, though. Don't get it misconstrued. I do empathize with the people who say she shouldn't converse with Candace Owens. I oppose cancel culture. I oppose tyranny, despotism, wokeness, goofiness, fragility, snowflakery. I oppose these things, but I do empathize with them. Empathy doesn't mean I have to like these people or agree with these people, the radical lefties, the woke lefties. Empathy means I understand where they come from. I put myself in their shoes. This is what empathy is, not liking them or agreeing with them politically. Not empathy does not mean liking or agreeing with them politically. It means understanding them. Two different things. You have right-wing people who simp for Candace too, who pedestalize Candace as if she's infallible, as if she's never done evil stuff, goofy stuff, or has never said crazy stuff. Terrible, crappy, cruddy, monkey stuff. It is crazy, bro. Those people are bugging too. They're wild too, all the way. I am not in the camp of people who try to tyrannize Anna. I am not in the camp of people who simp for Candace either. I am a nonconformist as a right winger. No BS, bro. No BS. Yeah, I will be balanced, impartial. If somebody deserves credit, I will give credit. I don't care if I get backlash, hate, or flack, or odium, or deprecation for it. I will say the reality. If somebody deserves denunciation or criticism, I will criticize. I don't care if I get deprecation for it. It is of integrity to be fair, to be balanced, to give credit where it is due, and to be critical when it is warranted. This makes a person credible and honorable and scrupulous and of integrity, morality. Yes. We will review how Anna perceives this allyship with Candace, this bond. We will review this. We will answer the question is Anna Kasparian's discernment on point or flawed? We will answer later. Before we get into the video, I have to say this. Anna Kasparian did not betray the left for money. She hasn't grifted to the right, contrary to what these woke lefties say, to what these goofy pundits on the Democratic side tell their acolytes. I give Anna much more commendation than I did when she was a super woke leftist. When she was very anti-MAGA, very anti-Republican during the pandemic era, in the early 2020s. She was very intolerant, very hostile, very aggressive, very very evil, very harsh, very disgraceful, and very intolerant. She was all of these things. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. I sincerely think she is well intentioned again, but I really do think she's trying to reach a middle ground with the rightists who oppose Israel, who oppose the war, who oppose what Trump is doing, who oppose the unlawful war, the corruption. Yeah, I really do think I really do believe that she's trying to reach a middle ground, but I really do think she is well intentioned. But being well intentioned doesn't give you the immunity to credulity or oblivion or unawareness or benightedness or gullibility. We for sure will see if Anna Kasparian's discernment is on point or not. We will see. Let's hear what Anna Kasparian has to say to Candace Owens in the newest collaboration video that Candace Owens did. What happened? Hold up. Lo siento, my bad. This won't take too long. Hold up. Lo siento, Candace Owens. Come on. Candace Owens. Blah.
Zoro.com knows you give it your all. On every job, with every customer.
Skip this ad. Shoe gank. Bars.
Alright, you guys, I am so...
Skip. Fast forward to... Yeah, it is super hot in this joint. Before we continue, if y'all rock with this commentary video, hit the like button, comment, share, and sub. Let's get me to 100k subs. The plaque. We are trying to grow. It would be appreciated to the max if y'all showed love, if y'all engaged with the content, with the video, if y'all want to see more political commentary from a non-conformist right-wing perspective, hit the like button, comment, share, sub, do all of those good things. I really thank y'all to the max. Facts. Yeah, if y'all want to hear political commentary from a non-conformist right-wing perspective, do all of these things. Like, comment, hit the like button, comment, share, and subscribe. I would be appreciative to the max. Real talk. Yeah. Let's see what Anna Kasparian has to say. Play.
This is like on the left, like, is that person like my literally on like two issues, deeply bitter because we're fighting real evil.
Oh my
Gaza,
gosh!
where I'm like,
someone else finally said it. Same for me. It's funny because I went through at least a year and a half being like deeply bitter toward the left because of how they reacted toward me when I
The
started
radical
to like
lefties.
moderate literally on like two issues. the way we were handling crime policy, and by the way, I don't want to go back to like tough on crime, throw everyone in prison.
I
I was
support
just like,
tough
hey,
on
I live in
crime, but
California. We
I
need to
get
just
to what
calibrate a
she's
little
saying.
bit because this isn't working out.
Reasonable tough on crime, not abusive, not if the punishment fits it. I want harsh but fair consequences to happen to people who are violent criminals. To I want very harsh but fair consequences to happen to the people who are violent criminals. Facts. To people who are not violent criminals, I want tough but less harsh because the crimes are less severe than the violent crimes, but still tough but fair consequences. No softness, no softness. There should be no softness on any crime, no matter how severe it is. But if the crime is more severe, it deserves harsher punishment. If that makes sense. It doesn't make sense to give the harshest, to give super harsh punishment, super harsh punishment to people who did less severe crimes, but there should be no softness, period, regardless. But if the crime is more severe, there has to be tougher. There has to be a more severe penalty. It is what it is. But yeah, I get what she's saying.
On the left, like, is that person like I think my litmus test is like Gaza, like, you know, my litmus test is somehow become Gaza, where I'm like,
someone else finally said it. Same for me. It's funny because I went through at least a year and a half being like deeply, deeply bitter toward the left because of how they reacted toward me when I started to like moderate literally on like two issues. The way we were handling crime policy, and by the way, I don't want to go back to like tough on crime, throw everyone in prison. I was just like, hey, I live in California. We need to just calibrate a little bit because this isn't working out.
She still got slanked. She didn't even go all the way. She still got savaged. Crazy. Yo, so many people on the left are fragile, bro. It is crazy.
At least a year and a half.
It is terrible. It
like
is detrimental to the growth of the progressive movements, of the leftist movements, the Democratic Party. It is inimical. It is very inimical to the growth of this movement.
The way we were handling crime policy.
Crazy.
And by the way, I don't want to go back to like tough on crime, throw everyone in prison. I was just like, hey, I live in California. We need to just calibrate a little bit.
They wanted her to be
and
all the way in agreement with the nonsense, bro.
But they like threw me away.
Anna refused,
and, like,
so she got excommunicated, excised, booted from the circle. Yeah, it is nuts.
Of how they reacted toward me when
the wokeness within the radical lefties is crazy. It is a social disease that needs to be eradicated soon.
Tough on crime, throw everyone in prison. I was just like, hey, I live in California. We need to just calibrate a little bit because this isn't working out.
She wasn't obsequious.
I can't remember what it is at the moment, but they like threw me away, and like longtime friends of mine like just
punished.
Started putting out like negative content about me.
Terrible.
And by the way, I don't want to go back to like tough on crime, throw everyone in prison. I was just like, hey, I live in California. We need to just calibrate a little bit because
super
this
blue
isn't working
state,
out.
a woke, super woke
issue. I
state.
can't remember what it is at the moment.
The trans, the LGBT
they, like, threw me
convo too. The trans is the other convo she's referring to.
How they reacted towards me.
She said
when
she can't remember, but I do. The trans convo.
The way we were handling crime
the trans
policy,
stuff.
And by the way,
Anna said she didn't want to be referred to as a birthing person or a bonus hole person. Yo, the goofies like Olay, Humanist Report, Sam Cedar, Emma Vigeland. Yo, they were super harsh, bro.
On like two issues.
They slanked her, they deprecated her, they derogated her, bro.
By the way, I don't want to go back to
they vituperated her, they called her
like, hey,
different obliquous labels, different nasty labels,
deeply
false
bitter
labels.
toward the left because
She was
of
called a
how they
transphobe.
reacted toward
Anna
me
was
when I started to like moderate
for
literally
saying
on like
that,
two issues.
for being
The way we were
reasonable, for
handling
not
crime policy
hating
and
all
by
trans
the way, I don't
people.
want to go back to like tough
It
on
is
crime,
crazy,
throw everyone
bro.
in prison. I was just like, hey, I live
If
in
you are
California.
not
We need to just
obsequious,
calibrate a little
if
bit
you
because
are,
this isn't working
if
out.
you are
And
not
then there was one other
obsequious
issue. I
on
can't
the
remember what
left,
it is at the moment, but
in the
they
eyes
like threw
of
me away, and like longtime friends of mine
to
like,
the
just
woke
started
mob
putting out,
on the
like,
left,
negative
you will
content
get
about me. And
slanked
like I was bitter about
and
it.
derogated and mistreated.
I went through at least a year and a half
F
being
these people.
like deeply,
They're fake.
deeply bitter.
They don't
toward
have
the
real
left
love.
because of how they
Anna was
reacted toward
correct
me when
for
I started to like moderate literally on like two issues. The way we were handling
herself
crime
from these
policy
people.
and by the way, I don't
She
want to
was
go
in the
back
right.
to like tough on crime,
She made
throw everyone in
sense.
prison. I was just like, hey, I live in California. We need to just calibrate a little bit because this isn't working out. And then there was one other issue. I can't remember what it is at the moment, but they like threw me away, and like longtime friends of mine like just
Emma
started
Vigman.
putting out like negative content about me, and it like I was bitter about it. But after everything that happened in Gaza, I have a pretty strict policy right now. You are against what's happening in Gaza, that means to your core you're a good person. So who cares what you did to me? I'm not
Not
attacking
automatically,
you.
but I get
person.
what
And
she's
so
saying.
you're on my side. Even
But
if we have these little squabbles.
it is
and
good
these
to be
disagreements,
against
who cares?
what is happening
care
in
about
Gaza,
making this
but
country-
this doesn't make you automatically a virtuous person or a
I
scrupulous
just
person.
started putting out like negative content.
But
about
I
me.
do get it,
Like,
though.
was bitter
I
about
do
it.
get it.
But after everything that happened in Gaza, I have a pretty strict policy right now. You are against what's happening in Gaza, that means to your core you're a good person. So who cares what you did to me? I'm not attacking you. I consider you a good person. And so you're on my side. Even if we have these little squabbles and these disagreements, who cares? If you care about making this
Honesty
country
is
better, and
important.
you're willing
The
to
honesty of
sacrifice,
people on
you
who
know,
are
the purity of your political brand or whatever, to
who
work
have
with
an
people that you
allyship
might have
with
other
you, who
disagreements with.
are in a bond with you, in alliance with you. The honesty
I went
and
through
sincerity
at
of
least a
people
year and a
is
half
very
being, like,
important.
deeply,
The
deeply
scrupulosity
bitter
of
toward
people,
the left
the
because
virtuosity of
of
people
how
is
they
important.
reacted toward me when I started to like moderate literally on
The
like
sincerity,
two issues. The way we were handling crime policy and by the way, I don't want to go back to like tough on crime, throw everyone in did to me. I'm not attacking you. I consider you a good person, and so you're on my side.
If they
Even
deserve
if we have these little squabbles and these
criticism,
disagreements,
they
who
should be
cares?
criticized.
If you care
You
about
shouldn't
making
be
this country
soft.
better, and you're
It
willing to
isn't.
sacrifice,
You don't have to abuse them
the
or
purity
lie
of your
or
political
slander,
brand or
but
whatever, to work
if they
with
deserve
people that you might
criticism,
have other
they
disagreements
should
with.
be checked. It is what it is. If they deserve denunciation, they should be denounced. It is what it is.
After everything that happened in Gaza, I have a pretty strict policy right
But
now.
if they say things that make
You are
sense,
against
give
what's
them
happening in
credit.
Gaza,
Be fair.
that means to your core you're a good person. So who cares what you did to me? I'm not attacking you. I consider you a good person, and so you're on my side. Even if we have these little squabbles and these disagreements, who cares? If you care about making this country better and you're willing to sacrifice, you know, the purity of your political brand or whatever, to work with people that you might have other disagreements with. I love you. I want to work with you. You're a good person. I don't want to waste any of my time anymore with these like nonsense little squabbles when like our country is under attack. Okay, our government doesn't represent us.
Across the board,
interests
politically.
control us. Foreign influence is out of control.
The
We have
majority of
problems that are
Congress is
way
cooked
bigger
to foreign
than,
countries,
like,
to Israel,
I don't know what you think about
the Jeffries,
even crime policy.
the Hakeems,
right? Like,
the
okay, you
Chuck,
don't agree with me
the
on crime
Cucks,
policy,
the
it's
Cuck
fine. Whatever.
Schumers,
Doesn't mean you're a
the
bad
Randy
person. And you
Fines,
can
the
attack
Ted
me if you
Cruz,
want, but I
the
just
Tets,
the reason why I don't want to attack
yeah,
foreign
Cucked.
influence is out of control. We have problems that are way bigger than like I don't know what you think about even
Randy
crime policy,
Malign.
right? Like, okay, you don't agree with me on crime policy, it's fine. I don't know what you think about even crime policy disagreements with. I love you. I want to work with you. You're a good person. You know, the purity of your political brand or whatever, to work with people that you might have other disagreements with. I love you. I want to work with you. You're a good
on
person.
what those disagreements
I don't
are.
want to waste any of my time anymore with
Certain
these,
people
like,
are
nonsense
hating,
little squabbles
loathing.
when, like, our country
If certain
is
people loathe
under
all Asian
Okay,
people
our
or
government
something,
doesn't represent
would
us.
you really want to
moneyed
be
interest control.
working with? what you really want to be working with the people who hate all Asians, or the people who hate all wealthy people, or who hate all poor people, or who hate all conservatives, or who hate all progressives, or who progressives, the people who hate all progressives, or the people who hate all Jews, or the people who hate all black people. Yo, yeah, it all depends, but I get what she's saying. You have to be logical.
Right,
you can't throw away logic.
You are against what's
just
happening
because
in Gaza. That means
there are people
you're a good person.
who share
so who cares what you did
a
to
lot
me?
of your
I'm
views when it comes to the Epstein class, the war,
and
Netanyahu,
so you're on my
Trump.
side. Even if we have these little
you have to be
squabbles and
careful. You have to be sagacious. You have to be prudent.
But after everything
Don't
that
be a
happened in
blind
Gaza,
sheep, because
I
if
have
you
a pretty strict policy
are a
right
blind
now.
sheep, you will get
You are
steered
against
and
what's happening in Gaza.
led to the
That
slaughter.
means to your core, you're a good
Metaphorically,
person.
you
So
will
who
be
cares what you
led
did
to the
me? I'm
slaughter.
not attacking you. I
Metaphorically, if
consider
you
a good
are
person. And
not
so you're on my
careful
side. Even
or
if we have these little
sagacious.
squabbles and these disagreements, I can't remember what it is.
But
at the moment, but
I really
they,
do
like,
get what
threw me
Anna is
away,
saying.
and
But
like
if
longtime
you
friends of mine like
are
just
oblivious,
started
if
putting
you
out, like,
throw away
negative
reason,
content
you
about
will
me.
get
Like, I
led
was bitter
to the
about it.
slaughter.
But after
Metaphorically.
everything that happened in Gaza, I have a pretty strict policy right now. You are against what's happening in Gaza. That means to your core, you're a good person. So who cares what you did to me? I'm not attacking you. I consider you a good person. And so you're on my side. Even if we have these little squabbles.
Just to be truthful, you don't have to slander. But to be truthful,
to sacrifice
the truth isn't
the purity of your
an
political
insult. The
brand or
truth
whatever, to work
isn't
with people that you might have other
attacking
disagreements
or
with.
insulting
I love you.
or
I wanna work with
defaming
you.
or derogating
or
abusing.
the
The
purity
truth
of your
is
political brand or whatever,
reality.
to work with people
The
that you might have
truth-
other
The
disagreements
truth
with.
is the truth.
I love
It is
you.
reality.
I wanna work with you. You're a good person.
It doesn't matter
I don't want to waste any of my
how
time
people
anymore
feel.
with
The
these
truth
like
is the
nonsense
truth.
little squabbles when disagreements with. I love you. I want to
How
work with
people
you.
feel
You're a good
is
person.
irrelevant.
I don't want to waste any of my time anymore with these like nonsense little squabbles when like our country is under attack. Okay, our government doesn't represent us. Moneyed interests control us. Foreign influence is out of control. We have problems that are way bigger than like, I don't know what you think about, even crime policy, right? Like, okay, you don't agree with me on crime policy, it's fine, whatever. Doesn't mean you're a bad person.
Mhm.
And you can attack me if you want, but I just.
If they race bait, they are bad people. If they race bait, if they hate bait, if they lie, make lies, if they say lies pertaining to groups they disagree with, to entire political parties they disagree with, or entire races they dislike, if they make lies, if they say blanket remarks, if they say monolithic remarks, if they are malicious when they say these things, they are not good people. So
any of my time anymore.
You have to be
with these,
logical.
Like, nonsense little
but
squabbles
I do
when,
get
like,
what she is saying.
Under attack. Okay, our government doesn't represent us. Moneyed interests control us. Foreign influence is out of control. We have problems that are way bigger than like, I don't know what you think about, even crime policy, right? Like, okay, you don't agree with me on crime policy, it's fine, whatever. Doesn't mean you're a bad person.
Mhm.
And you can attack me if you want, but the reason why I don't want to attack back at this point is because it's not important in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. Okay, so I want to ask you.
Yeah, she's evolved. She really made a dope evolution and transformation in her in her commentary, her analysis. She's way more fair, way more balanced. She gives credit to both parties when they deserve the credit. She gives criticism to both parties when they deserve the criticism. She does give credit to both parties when they deserve it. She also does give criticism when they both deserve it. She is much more fair than she was when she was a woke leftist during the pandemic era and before the pandemic era. Yeah, she's way more she's way more impartial. She is way more impartial, way more based, way more on point, way more accurate. Yeah, she doesn't hate all Republicans. She doesn't hate all Democrats. But yeah, the truly evil people she hates, the truly evil people who she knows are evil, will get criticism from her. Yeah. She's unafraid, she's very brave, she's unapologetic. When she criticizes people from both parties, salutes to her. She's way more able to be listened to. She's way more, she has a higher ability to be reasonable, to be fair, to be honest, to be empathetic. She has way more empathy than she did when she was a woke leftist. I give her plaudits, but yeah, there is a oblivion in what she's saying here, bro. In this situation, bro, it gives too much open-mindedness, too much amenability, too much amenableness, too much trust. You on the surface, Anna views this allyship with Candace as a genuine unity bipartisan effort against the corruption, the Epstein class, the war lovers of both parties, the warmongers, the people who profit from war, the people who are wealthy, the scrupulous people who are wealthy of all groups, the people at the top who rob, people who don't give an F, who are merciless, who are subhuman, who are scummy. She views this allyship as a genuine bipartisan effort. But there are certain people who are not sincere. You do have people like Candace. You do have people like Dan Blazarian, who have hate for Jews, not just the Israeli government, or not just Netanyahu, the IDF, but Jewish people, Israeli people. Yeah, Candace, she called Jewish people like Ben Shapiro belly creatures. I'm no fan of Ben Shapiro's. He's a super puppet of Israel, of Netanyahu. He's goofy to me. He's very goofy, but two things can be true. Candace is also very goofy, very disgraceful. She calls Jewish commentators belly creatures. She calls Jewish commentators belly creatures, bro. It is crazy. There's no distinguishment. There's no distinguishment. There is no distinguishment between innocent Jewish people and truly evil Jewish people. She says this blanket remark, belly creatures. Yeah, it is. Yeah, there is an unawareness of this fact within Anna Kasparian. Seemingly there is unawareness within Anna Kasparian. I don't think she's being malicious when she is unaware of Candace's use of belly creatures and other crazy labels when discussing Jewish people, Israeli people. Yeah, Dan Blazarian, he calls all Israeli people or all Jewish people who live in Israel terrorists. Yeah, Dan Blazarian, he's terrible, bro. He's anti-Israel government too, but just because he opposes the government, this doesn't mean he's truly laudable. Not everybody who's anti the government is truly laudable or truly virtuous or truly moral or truly loving of all people, of all races, of all groups. You have to be careful, you have to be prudent, logical, sagacious. If you abandon logic to build because you have this high eagerness to build a strong alliance. It is laudable to build a strong alliance with people who are sincere from both parties. It is laudable for people from both parties to engage in a genuine fight against corruption, scrupulousness, avarice, rapaciousness, barbarity, cuckoldry to foreign countries, all of these things. The Epstein class, it is laudable for people from both major parties to oppose this stuff. It isn't laudable to have blind trust for people who are certified manipulators, who have a history of manipulating people, viewers, their audiences. This doesn't mean don't have empathy for people, don't have open-mindedness, don't listen to people, don't engage with people. This doesn't mean these things, but you have to be discerning, you have to be logical, because if you are not, you will get led astray, you will be misled, you will end up there will be a metaphorical demise. So there will be a metaphorical demise. So think prudently, think wisely. Be empathetic, but don't be too trusting, because you will end up played, betrayed, hurt, unhappy, all of these things, because you put too much trust in people who have a history of manipulation, of trickery, of deceit. Just because a person from the opposite team politically shares many sentiments you have pertaining to the foreign policy, the foreign war, to Netanyahu, to Trump, to the corruption, to the Trump admin, to these things, this doesn't mean that they are, just because a person from the opposite political team shares many sentiments you have pertaining to the foreign policy, to the foreign wars, to the Trump admin, to the DJT man himself, to all of these things, this doesn't mean he or she is truly virtuous or truly laudable. This doesn't make a person of true virtuosity or of true scrupulosity. Don't be a sheep, don't be mindless or gullible or unthinking. Be thinking. Be be rational. Please be rational. You have to be rational. This rationality will save you for sure. And she, by being unaware of what certain people who oppose Israel say and do, she is letting these people get away with crazy stuff, bro. If you can't do this. This is detrimental. This is all the way detrimental. You will have unhappiness. You will be hurt. You will be betrayed. So you have to use your brain. Logic has to dictate. Logic has to be placed above emotion. This is the only way to prevent BS. Logic has to be placed above emotion. It is easy to put emotion before logic. It is easy to do this, but you have to be logical. You have to be. It is easier said than done, but it has to be done. If you think everybody who opposes Israel, who opposes what happens in Gaza, is virtuous, your mentality is warped in this in this situation, this particular situation. Your mentality is warped. you are mistaken. And I rock with Anna heavy. I rock with Anna a lot. I give her a lot of praise. I have more praise for her than I did for her years ago, but her wisdom is not the highest in this particular situation, bro. She has to be wiser. Everybody isn't your friend, your homie, your ally. Everybody isn't genuine. This is the brutal, this is the sad reality. It is sad, but it is the truth. Yeah, man. I don't think she is a grifter. I don't think she is anti left wing people, innocent, reasonable left wing people. She doesn't hate all progressives or all libs or all Dems. She was disgusted with these snowflake people on the left who equated disagreement to transphobia, homophobia, racism, bigotry, all of these obloquious, all of these vituperative, all of these deprecatory, all of these nasty things, bro. These false narratives, racism, bigotry, sexism, not misogyny, but transphobia, homophobia, all of these things, just because she didn't want to be referred to as a birthing person or a bonus hole person. Yeah, it is unbelievable the mentalities of these radical lefties. It is unbelievable, bro. Yeah, she made sense for leaving the cult, for leaving the far left. She was in the right, bro. She made complete sense, bro. This was self-love, this was self-respect. This was not self-sabotage or self-betrayal or self-hate. This was self-love. If your circle is, if people who are supposed to be your friends slank you for deviating, for disagreeing on certain things but not everything, if they have reasonable disagreement, if their disagreement is reasonable and you cut them off and you say they're not worthy of being seen as humans anymore, yeah, those people are not for you. They are not good people. Yeah. If a person on the right who opposes the government of Israel says all Jews are terrible, all Jews are evil, all Israeli people are evil, those people are not good people either. Yeah, the people who oppose Israel for selfish reasons, who don't oppose for sincere reasons, who have these stances who give these stances for approval, for attention, for popularity, for visibility, for reach, for money, for dough, for cheese, for applause. Yeah, those people are not good either. You have people like Megan who are opposing what is happening in Gaza, what Israel is doing, what Netanyahu, what Netanyahu is doing. Alex Jones, Candace, you have certain people. You have certain people on the right who are opposing Israel after support. You have people like Megan who was very pro-Israel. Then she oscillated. Then she switched because the wave was anti-Israel stuff, anti-Israel content. That was the wave. A lot of people are opposed to the craziness that is going on, the starvation, the genocide, the dispossession, all of these things. Yeah, Megan, she went to where the winds blew. Yeah, this isn't a genuine opposition. She's doing this for selfish reasons, for approval, attention, visibility, money. Yeah, those people are not good either. The people who have insincere reasons, who have dishonest motives, reasons for opposing God, what is going on in Gaza, bro. Those people are not good either. So, yeah, you have to be logical. You have to be discerning. Because if you are not logical or discerning, you will get led to the slaughter metaphorically. So, be prudent, be sagacious, be thinking, use your brain. Yeah. Her detection of deceit within Candace Owens is messed up. It really is. Yeah, she doesn't. Yeah, she is unaware of the fact that Candace implied that Jews control everything. They're to blame for it. They blame Jews for different things that have no evidence, that have no basis in reality. Yeah, it is crazy, bro. She's unaware. Anna is, of this stuff. When she becomes aware, I hope she does condemn this stuff, denounce this stuff. I don't want her to disagree insincerely with Candace or say the true things that Candace says are false. Like, no. Give credit to where it is due, but don't be a blind sheep and think everything Candace says and does is laudable, virtuous. Candace, she's a manipulator, bro. She's a manipulator. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is the reality. I warn other commentators who oppose Israel, who across the boards politically, who want to build a strong alliance, a bipartisan bond. It is laudable to build a bond, but the people in this alliance have to be honest. People from both parties have to be honest. They have to be consistent. They have to oppose all evil, not just evil from people they disagree with, but evil from people they agree with politically, from people in their own races, religions, orientations, different things. Be consistent. Don't only oppose evil that happens to people you agree with. Oppose evil that happens to people you disagree with too. But a lot of people, they only oppose people across the boards, left and right, only oppose the evil that happens to the people who agree with them politically. That is insincere. It is not genuine. It is fake. It is fugazi. It is faux morality, faux integrity, faux scrupulosity, faux virtuosity. It is virtue signaling. It is they want to uphold a certain image, a facade, a veneer, but they're really not the virtuous people they profess to be. They are really not the virtuous and scrupulous people they profess to be. So be logical. When you get so blinded by the veneer of unity, by the illusion of unity, when you get so blinded by the facade, when you get so blinded by the facade of unity that you throw away reason, you end up getting played, betrayed, and hurt. It is what it is. You are not building a strong alliance for real. You are being gullible. You are leading. You are letting yourself get steered, gets dictated to, gets manipulated, deceived, swindled, tricked, deceived, misled. It is destructive. It is all the way destructive. So be logical. Logicality is the key. It is what it is. That is all I have to say about that, to pay homage to Candace Owens, even though I dislike Candace now. Yeah, we both voted for Trump. We're both right-wing people. We both have MAGA. We both purchased MAGA hats. Yeah, we agree on a lot of things, but Candace is not a genuine person. It is what it is. Just because you align with somebody on multiple things, this doesn't mean that they are scrupulous people. It is what it is. Be logical. Logicality is the key. Peace.